Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're regular here, you know by now I review many photographic, audio and video related products. Well, today we're taking a look at a camera stroke audio recorder. I already had the older model, I've now bought the newer model. And what we're looking at is the Zoom Q2n 4K. And which one is it out of these two? This one, the Zoom Q2n 4K, which is this little one here. Now this is I mean, hardly anyone, I don't think many people even know about this little recorder. It's absolutely great. It's really good. It's, I guess, its closest competitors would be the action cameras, anything like the GoPros, the DJI Osmo, whatever it's called, action camera, the Insta360 action cameras, etc. But there's two major differences. This particular little one here does not have image stabilization and isn't really designed as an action camera. You can see by the shape of it, it's not an action style camera. And I'll explain why I got it and how useful this little camera really is. It's almost identical to the HD version. So this is the 4K version and this is the HD version. They're both almost exactly the same shape. The 4K one slightly fatter at the bottom than what the HD one is, only slightly, and that's knacker. But same screen on the back, so effectively that's exactly the same. They're both, the control settings are exactly the same. So the audio settings are exactly the same. So effectively they're both the same, apart from the lens is better on the 4K one, which would make sense, and it shoots in 4K as opposed to HD. So and it's got a few other tricks up its sleeve, and I'm not convinced yet if they're gimmicks or whether they're really worth having, but they're there anyway, so you know, what the heck. So they're both still current, so you can still get both of them. I got this off Amazon. There will be a link in the description below. It's an Amazon affiliate link to be able to buy the 4K one, and hopefully I'll have a link to the HD one if that is still available. So but where these score over the other action cameras is one major thing. It hasn't got image stabilization, so you would either put it on a tripod or put it on a table, whatever. But its biggest asset really, of which so many people are not realizing, is its fantastic audio quality. It's got a superb dual stereo microphone capsule built in, very similar actually in design to the Zoom H2n. I should have got that in my bag actually, but I've got the Zoom H2n, which is a kind of a similar sort of concept with a built-in capsule on the top. And the audio quality, and I'll do a clip in a moment so you can actually hear the audio quality and video quality that comes off this little 4K camera. They supply it with a lens cap. You can see that's dangling on here, and it's got this bayonet fitting lens hood. Apparently it needs it because it's prone to flare. That I'm not sure of at the moment, but I'm sure I shall figure that out. So the 4K one has, and so the audio is its biggest asset. The fact that it has already built into it a headphone jack, wow, isn't that, I mean, that is just incredible, isn't it? A little sort of GoPro style camera with a headphone jack, so you can actually monitor the audio. It just goes to show Zoom is an audio manufacturer. I've got a lot of Zoom products, but they have targeted this. Well, they actually sell it as for musicians, for wanting to record their own, you know, their own gigs, or their own, maybe they're doing a music composition, or they want to be able to record, you know, what they're doing, maybe for teaching purposes, I don't know. But there you go. So it's got great audio, it's got a headphone jack in the side and an external microphone jack. But the other great thing, because it is very audio centric, you've got lovely audio meters on the back of the screen here, just the same as on the HD one. That's no different. You've got your audio meters on the back of well, both of them. So that's what I say. They're both very similar, but the 4K one differs in the fact that it's got better quality, better visual quality. But with the audio, you can see audio meters. But what's great on the side here, you've got a proper physical audio control bar, well, not a bar, a knob, so you can turn your audio levels up, you can turn your audio levels down, you know, and you can clearly see on the back of the screen when you adjust your audio levels, the audio levels will go, where are we? The audio levels will go up and down, and that is great to be able to visually see it on a big screen. You can't really use it as a vlogging camera because the screen's on the back. There is no front facing screen, but it's a wide angle lens. So, you know, effectively you kind of could. But there, as I say, I've got to reiterate, there is no image stabilization in this camera. It takes a couple of little AA batteries in the base. They don't last 5 minutes. So, you know, you do need some other form of power supply. But the other great thing that Zoom have done, you can run it off a USB power block. And that is great. So you just plug the USB lead into the side of the camera and away you go. You can run it off USB. Its features are very easily laid out. The menu structure is easy, it's functional, and it's great to use. So you can set the field of view. It's got a field of view setting, so you can set it from wide to medium. Just push that in and that will change its field of view according to, you know, what you need. Top one changes its video codec, whether it be 25 frames a second, 30, HD, or just audio only. So you can go scroll through that and then you'll eventually get to, there we go, audio only. So it will act just like an audio recorder. I don't do that. It's got a different field of view setting, so you can adjust it from wide to really wide, not telephoto, but you know, slightly tighter. You've got automatic gain control or manual audio levels, and a whole host of other, you know, you can set your codec. It's got a host of other, you know, settings, and they're just down these 6 controls down the side here. So, you know, it makes it a very easy camera to set up. Tripod mount on the bottom, nothing exciting there. And on the side here, you've got your USB and your HDMI out. So if you do want to use it for vlogging, not that you would, of course you wouldn't, but you could, you know, if you really wanted to, plug a HDMI monitor in to the side so you can actually see what it's doing. But yeah, great little camera. I use it just as a set on the side. Could even just set it there and use it as a, you know, a third or fourth angle. Like for example, this scene here that I'm doing today, I'm filming the close-up shot that you see there on my Canon EOS. So I'm loving that camera, great camera. It is a shame it's only got a 30-minute record limit, but I don't worry about its 1.7 times crop in 4K. I don't give a hoot about that. But I love the image that comes off that sensor. It's a really nice image, and I'm looking at the colours now on my Atomos recorder, and they're looking great. They're looking really good. The wide shot is coming off my Sony a6600. Totally reliable camera, reliable autofocus, reliable everything. Really love it. I'm getting a wide shot of the back here on my Canon RP with the Samyang 14mm prime lens fitted to it. I'm shooting at f2.8. That's just putting up a nice wide shot. And then my close-up shots of this device and any close-ups I do is on my very trustworthy, very powerful little Sony ZV-1 with no record limit. So that's awesome. But again, I can use this for doing, you know, generic shots, a wide shot, whatever. I will cut into this in just a moment so you can actually see what the visual quality is like in a studio environment. I also do some outdoor clips so you can see, and I'll run the audio off this so you can hear what the audio is like coming from you know, this particular device. It's not very big, nice and compact, kind of a bizarre shape, but it's sort of a triangular shape, as you can see, but it fits nicely on the table. You know, it's not a problem. So there we go. That's the Zoom Q2n 4K. Very similar to the HD one, but it's just a 4K picture as opposed to a HD image. Much more flexible to work with. I like the fact that it has got headphone jack and mic jack on the side. You also got headphone volume out, so if you need to adjust your headphone volume, you can adjust that on the side here. It's not menu driven. It's got physical buttons for almost everything. So big record button, and also while it's recording, which is fantastic, so many cameras don't have this. Look what it's got on the front there. Can you see that? Of course you can see that. It's got a tally light, just like my ZV-1 has. Such a simple idea. I wish all the manufacturers put a tally light on their damn cameras, so you know it's not, you know it's recording, and you haven't accidentally, you think it's recording when in fact it isn't. But isn't that so simple? Little camera like this, if they can do it, why can't everyone else do it? I think that's such a nice little touch, that. My biggest criticisms with it really is battery life. If you're just using AA batteries, they don't last very long whatsoever. You find it could even die during a shoot. So definitely, you know, run it off a USB power block. Zoom do make an attachment that fits on the bottom that gives you additional power, but it takes four extra AA batteries, and it's 45 quid. I weren't going to pay that. I just plug a USB block in the side. So there we go. That's the Zoom Q2n 4K. Actually, before we end, let's now have a quick look at the visual quality based on the fact I'm running just two little lights in here. But listen to the audio. That's the key thing with this. So I'm going to now switch over to the well, let's turn it on now. Now we're looking at the visual quality here. I'm looking down the lens now of the Zoom Q2n. It's not autofocus because it's a fixed focus lens, so it'll always be in focus. And that's looking like pretty decent quality, even under these low lights. It's not really designed for this sort of work. I can see the audio levels are looking pretty good. I've got my little monitor here. I don't know what camera's picking that up actually, but so I'm running the signal into this little monitor. Oh, you can see it on there actually. I'm running the signal into this little monitor so we can I can see what I'm doing. So let's block the light behind me, and I've got it set to wide field of view. I think I'm going to get better quality because when it crops in, when you set it to different settings, it's just cropping in part of a sensor. So my theory is it's a digital crop, which means theoretically it will get softer. And when I've done some experiments outdoors, it was. And when you got to telephoto, it's got a little thing on the back on the when you're setting the menu. I think tele, it says TELE, which is obviously telephoto, is very, very soft. So it is a digital crop of the image. So my suggestion to anyone would be shoot it on a wide field of view, and then if you want to crop it during your edit. Then you can choose what your crop ratio is going to be, and that's what I intend to do. So as I say, I'm shooting this one. It's actually quite a nice aesthetic wide. It's looking quite nice. You can see the cameras in the background. It's looking quite good. Color balance is on automatic. That looks pretty good. But I'm really interested for you guys and girls to hear what you think of the audio quality, because I'm really enjoying my Zoom products, and I think the audio quality is fine. I've still got my Saramonic Blink 500 plugged in, but be interesting to see, you know, what the sound quality is like coming off the Zoom Q2n 4K. And as I say, if you are interested in buying it, there will be a link in the description below. So there we go. I hope you found that useful. Please subscribe to my channel if you found this video useful. Really appreciate that. And hit the like button if you like the content of this particular video. It really does help me grow the channel, and I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed and who does subscribe to my channel. So there we go. So thanks very much for watching this video, and stay tuned for more videos relating to video and photography. Cheers for now. Bye.